Welcome back to the Monday Minute. I'm Sage, and here are this week's biggest stories in movies, television, and comics, especially for fans of superhero and pop culture news. Netflix has reportedly hired investment bank Moelis & Company to explore a potential offer to purchase Warner Bros. Discovery, though sources indicate Netflix is mainly interested in the company's film, television, and streaming divisions, not its cable networks. Moelis & Company is the same firm that advised Skydance Media during its successful merger with Paramount earlier this year, which adds credibility to Netflix's possible interest. As of now, Netflix has not confirmed any formal offer. However, Warner Bros. Discovery has been exploring options to sell all or part of its business, including Warner Bros. Studios, HBO, and the Max streaming platform, while potentially separating its traditional cable channels like CNN, TNT, and Animal Planet. During a recent investor meeting, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos said the company remains more builders than buyers, but will consider acquisitions that strengthens its entertainment library and add value for subscribers. Reports indicate that Amazon, Apple, and Comcast have expressed varying levels of interest in purchasing Warner Bros. Discovery. The deal would give any buyer control of major franchises like Harry Potter and DC Comics, valuable intellectual property that could reshape the streaming landscape. At this stage, talks remain speculative, but if Netflix were to move forward, it would mark one of the largest entertainment mergers in recent memory. Capcom released a new Road to Requiem video hosted by Lady Dimitrescu herself, voice actress Maggie Robertson. The video takes fans through the evolution of the Resident Evil franchise, revisiting key characters, monsters, and storylines from the 1998 Raccoon City incident, all the way to today's upcoming installment, Resident Evil Requiem. During the presentation, Capcom confirmed that pre-orders are now live with 3 versions available: Standard, Deluxe, and Steelbook editions. All pre-orders include Grace's Apocalypse costume as a bonus. The Deluxe edition adds 5 character costumes, 2 filters, 4 weapon skins, 2 charms, an audio pack Raccoon City Classic, and the in-game lore feature files, letters from 1998. The Steelbook edition includes all of that, plus an exclusive lenticular collector's card. Capcom also revealed a Requiem Switch 2 Pro controller themed after the upcoming game. Switch 2 players are getting the Resident Evil Generation Pack featuring Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition, Resident Evil Village Gold Edition, and Resident Evil Requiem, all in physical editions. And for collectors, there's even a Grace Ashcroft amiibo coming summer 2026, the first ever Resident Evil amiibo. Finally, if you pre-order through the Epic Games Store, you'll receive Grace's outfit in Fortnite and other crossover items after launch. Resident Evil Requiem launches February 27th, 2026 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2. Capcom says an official Resident Evil showcase will follow in early 2026 with a deeper look at the game. In a recent Reddit AMA, Loki creator and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness writer Michael Waldron shared new details about the scrapped Avengers The Kang Dynasty. Waldron, who co-wrote early drafts with Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania writer Jeff Loveness, revealed a pitch involving the Young Avengers defeating a variant of Kang, only to discover it was his first day as a Kang. After the Kang Dynasty was shelved, Waldron continued developing Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, now collaborating with the Russo brothers and Stephen McFeely, who co-wrote Endgame. Avengers Doomsday hits theaters December 18th, 2026, followed by Avengers Secret Wars on December 17th, 2027. Lantern showrunner Chris Mundy recently spoke with Men's Health about the upcoming HBO Max series, describing it as much a buddy cop show as a superhero story. Mundy confirmed that Jon Stewart will be the DCU's primary Green Lantern, and that the show explores themes of mentorship, legacy, and restraint. He said Stewart knows he belongs, so he doesn't need to overcompensate, and that the story is original, not adapted from comics, spanning multiple time periods. This version of Stewart merges his comic book architect background with the Marine sniper history introduced in the Justice League animated series. Monday is joined by Watchmen and Lost creator Damon Lindelof and Eisner Award-winning writer Tom King. Lanterns is expected to debut on HBO Max in 2026. Actor Aaron Pierre has opened up about his short-lived involvement in Marvel's canceled Blade reboot starring Mahershala Ali. Pierre said he was elated to be cast, but learned an important lesson. Until you step foot on the set, you haven't commenced work. He added that the project simply took a different creative direction. Pierre is best known for his roles in Rebel Ridge, Krypton, and Old, and will next appear in Lanterns and 2027 Starfighter alongside Ryan Gosling and Amy Adams. Colin Farrell recently praised the Batman Part 2 script on the Happy Sad Confused podcast, calling it a contemporary genre masterwork. He described it as dense, intelligent, and deeply detailed, adding that it picks up just weeks after the Penguin series ends. Farrell also discussed the Sergeant Rock movie he was once set to star in, directed by Luca Guadagnino, saying, "God, that was a fantastic script. It should be made." That project remains on pause, but the Batman Part 2 is scheduled for October the 1st, 2027. Warner Brothers Pictures and New Line Cinema have announced a feature film based on the iconic character Hello Kitty, currently scheduled for release on July 21st, 2028. The studio described the film as Hello Kitty's Hollywood theatrical debut, saying the story will follow Hello Kitty and her friends on a cinematic adventure intended to appeal to audiences of all ages. Sanrio first introduced Hello Kitty in 1974, and the character has since become a global merchandising phenomenon, with dedicated stores, cafes, theme park attractions, and countless brand collaborations. New Line originally announced it had licensed the film rights from Sanrio in 2019, marking the first time Hello Kitty was being adapted for a major Hollywood theatrical release. Production details, casting, and whether Kitty will speak in the film have not yet been disclosed. In this week's Comic Book Corner, Youngblood is back. The new Youngblood #1, written and illustrated by creator Rob Liefeld, hits comic shops Wednesday, November 5th. The series brings the classic team together for a crisis in the Pacific, where a deadly vessel appears and a deadly nemesis emerges. Several variant covers will be available from artists including Scotty Young, Ryan Stegman, and Daniel Warren Johnson, plus multiple covers by Liefeld himself. Some editions come sealed in polybags with collectible cards. This marks Liefeld's return to the comic that helped launch Image Comics in 1992 and the first wide release of Youngblood #1 after a limited edition earlier this year. And that's this week's Monday Minute for November 3rd, 2025. If you'd like to support the show, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I post shorts every day this week and the complete breakdown right here every Monday. Thanks for watching. I'm Sage, and I'll see you in the next one.